Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel here on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. That's right. Uh, so one of my viewers here and a friend and on Facebook for many years, and one of our administrators in the Warehouse of Strangers group on Facebook, um, told me that he's just started dipping. And I guess he's quitting smoking and dipping instead, which is great because it's way better for you than smoking. Um, that's a fact, you know. He says he gets a really good nicotine buzz off it, and so that's cool. I'm glad. It's Joe. His name's Joe Koss. I'm glad you're digging it, Joe. You know. It's if you're using it to get off smoking, that's great. Um, but Joe was wondering a couple things about like just beginner dipper questions. Like he was asking, like I don't know, I can't do this move, but you see a lot of the younger or more country kind of people um, popping their cans, like with their finger. Now me, being a city boy, I can't I can't master that finely tuned art of doing it. I understand the logic of it, and I've I've never been able to make it better than that. You know, but that's not really an important thing to worry about. Mainly the way I pack my cans is I'll either do the side pack where you grip. Now, Joey, listen to this here. You grip the can like that, and you just go like. It does the same thing, and what that does is it makes the tobacco kind of level and packed together in the can, and the whole purpose of it is it just makes it easier to pinch. You don't have to do it; it's not a law. You know, suit and tie, dip and chew guy never packs his cans. You know, I pack them about, I don't know, 75% of the time. Sometimes I just don't bother. I don't know. It's not important. It's not important really to anybody but younger people, I think. Because it's just a move. It's a swag move, I wouldn't really want to be walking down the road popping a can like that. I don't think it would look very cool for me, you know. But everybody does it different. I have also I've invented the the dirty pack where you just take it and the thing about it is it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts your fuck you finger, there, But you just go like that a couple times, and you only have to do it really once or twice. It's all, there you go. But anyhow, I'm using Skull Citrus because it's a long cut dip. It's kind of a choice between this and some snuff right now. So I'm assuming that Joe isn't starting on Copenhagen snuff. I'm assuming he didn't tell me what he's dipping, but excuse me. I assume it's a long cut. So I got some Skull Citrus here. A lot of people don't like this. I actually quite like it, and it's a great beginner dip. A lot of people who are just starting dipping. It's also with younger people, I guess. Like most people, I think the majority of people, like I don't know anyone who dips this as their daily dip. Most people go for like a wintergreen or a natural. Maybe a mint. But anywho, so then all you do now, it's all up to you. Like everything's up to you. It's not like it's not as finite as smoking a cigarette. Smoking a cigarette, you light it, you smoke it, and it's gone, right? With dip, it's there until you don't want it to be, right? So you just take a pinch. Now, this is why I chose long cut, is because it's easier to deal with than snuff. Dipping snuff is kind of an art on its own. But yeah, and if you take a good pinch, that's a good size pinch there, and you just put it in your lip. It's not hard to do. A lot of people pull their lip out and try putting it in. That actually makes more of a mess than anything. And you don't have to take a dip that big, or you can even take a bigger one. You know, I kind of take medium-sized dips, I think, because you don't want to cram. Suit and Tie brought this up in a recent video about, you want you don't want so much tobacco in there that when you spit it out, there's a bunch of like dry, compacted tobacco in the center. Like you want your saliva to flow through it and all that jazz. And find something cool to spit in. Luckily I have this amazing brass old school spittoon Hillary sent me. A lot of people use this product called Mud Jug. It's an American, it's Canadian. It's not really in Canada. I've never seen it here. But I think it's just a website you order from anyway. I think they have a little storefront in California or something. But and they sell little plastic spittoons of various shapes and sizes. Most dippers I know on YouTube use Mud Jugs for a spittoon. I prefer the Angry Buddha doesn't. Angry Buddha uses a jug like mine, except his is bigger. I like these. Well, I was just spitting in a glass jar before I had anything like this to spit in, because I'm a broke motherfucker, and I can't afford to be sending money to the USA for plastic, and I can spit in a cup, But Hillary sent this to me, so I'm pretty lucky. Not only is it convenient and good for, it's good for its purpose. It's also a beautiful antique, and it's got a lot of sound to it. I don't know. Sometimes I can really make it ring when I hit it. If I'm spitting in it. There's a sweet spot in there, and it just makes it fucking. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm going on about that. Anyhow, so however long, one of the questions Joe had for me was, how long do you leave a dip in? And that's up to you. A lot of people get really bowled over by the nicotine in a dip. Even a weak dip like Skull Cherry or Skull Citrus or whatever, it's a pretty big nicotine punch. But once you get used to it, like I don't know, I've been dipping for ages on and off, and it's like sometimes I'll leave a dip in for 2 hours. If I have some like Copenhagen wintergreen or some Stokers, some Stokers anything, You know, I'll throw it in and I'll I'll have a nap for half an hour. Um, so you can leave it in as long as you want until you get sick of it being in your mouth. It's like a piece of chewing gum. Um, but a lot, I guess, the average dip time is probably anywhere between 20 minutes and an hour. Maybe 20 minutes to 45 minutes, I'd say, be the average time for a dip. It's like a slow release thing, right? Like in it's not like you can just throw in a dip and then somebody rings the bell, you got to go back to work and you spit it out, and it's going to be like having to haul off a cigarette. Like, you're probably not going to feel anything. But it's like tea, It's like a slow release kind of thing. Yeah, dipping can be great. I wouldn't tell anyone to start dipping if they haven't dipped before. I certainly, I wouldn't tell anybody to do anything bad for them or quote unquote bad for them if they haven't tried it before. But it sure beats smoking, and and it tastes better. Doesn't give you funky ass smoker breath. You do gotta make sure you take good care of your teeth when you're a dipper, though, because tobacco gets stuck in your gums and shit, right? But yeah. So there you go, Joe. There's your dipping video. That's keeping it as straight and normal as I have in a long time here on the Dirty Pat Walsh channel, I think. No crazy blues songs about fictional women or fictional violence or anything like that. No stories, no band stories, nothing like that. Just straight up dip talk. A big part of reason people come to this channel, according to my analytics, it's like the reason people come to my channel, other than it's like a 95-5 split, kind of, is for my smokeless tobacco section of my channel. So here we go. Here's just to doing a straight up dipping video, how to dip for beginners, and I hope it was purposeful. I hope it served educational purposes. I hope it helps you out, Joe. And all that being said, like I said before, if you haven't done it before, don't start. You don't need to start doing it, but it is addictive, and it is a habit, not particularly good habit, but like there's better things that you could be doing than dipping. But if you're a dipper, there's nothing like dipping. All right. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and Sunday evening, anyway. And I'll see you soon. Back here on the Dirty Pat Walsh channel. Be well. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon.